Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Devendra S. Vengurlekar. He is a strategic leader with nearly 2.5 decades of experience in IT infrastructure and operational facets, with core competencies in strategic planning, C-level management, budget management, process engineering, cybersecurity, performance improvement, risk analysis and mitigation, disaster recovery, team building and training, automation, infrastructure management, policy governance, cloud services, leadership development, and enterprise solutions. He has a strong track record of driving digital transformation, optimizing IT and infosec operations, and leading cross-functional teams in multiple industries across various regions. His current designation is Senior Director of IT at GEP Worldwide, whereby he is focused on technical operations, service delivery, and system reliability. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Devendra.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Sunny. I think thanks for the kind words. So thank you.
Pleasure is ours, sir. So,
you.
Mr. Devendra, could you let our viewers know about your career journey of becoming Senior IT Director at GEP Worldwide?
Yeah, I think what's interesting in this question is that now that we have just had a pandemic 2.5 years long back, so previously I would have answered this question differently, but now that we are in the pandemic and we are over the pandemic, so it becomes a before and after pandemic situation, like how our thought process was, how our journey was, and now how differently the journey has been. So when I look back now that you have asked me this question, I would say that I was any fresh engineers, novice who started his career to do some difference in the world of technology, try to drive through his passion, and then make sure that it kind of adds value to the organization. And then you want to change the world when you're young and very new to the organizations. And slowly you realize that there is more than the technology. There are people, there are processes, there are policies, there are procedures, there are some unsaid rules are there, regulations are there. So you try to adapt yourself to that situation and those situations. But at the same time, you don't want to compromise on your passion, your continuous improvement, your purpose, So that is basically how the journey from an intern, a fresher to a senior director now at this point of a time has taken. And I think it has not made me wise, but definitely I have become a mature leader. Okay. Having worked with multiple organizations in multiple industries, whether it's a banking and financial domains or a telecommunication industry or a Times Group of publications, media and publications type of organizations, what I've learned is that people across the globe are same. They want to be appreciated, rewarded, and recognized. And if you connect with them, collaborate with them, I think the journey is very peaceful and happy and joyful, which is what I would say that it has been for me. So I think there are challenges, of course, in every job roles. As I mentioned, it all depends upon how you collaborate and communicate, and then rather than pushing your way through, you just kind of go with the team, being seen as a team leader, and rather than the team leader or a team driver, you say the team member. It helps a lot basically in those journeys. So those challenges can be overcome. So for me, it has been a content satisfying journey to answer in short, and a lot of hard work, commitment, focus, attention, continuous improvement has gone into it. And I'm very happy the way it has gone.
Thank you for the excellent start to this interview, and it's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. Okay, so Mr. Devendra, continuing our conversation, we would like to know, you handled quite a vast range of roles and responsibilities. So what has been the biggest motivating factor in your professional life that has helped you keep up with the challenges?
Yeah, I think Sunny, the interview with you, I think I knew that's one point of time I'm going to talk to Sunny, and then having to face this interview, I would say that's a motivation for me. But jokes apart, actually, this is a vast role. As you mentioned, that role has been what you call is responsibilities, roles. It's sometimes at a times it becomes very daunting. It overwhelms you with so much thing and all these things. And every day, every morning, especially on a Monday, if you don't feel like going to office, I think there's something missing. So it's that way. So how do we keep yourself motivated? So it's like that every Monday morning, I need to make sure that I have something new to look up to. So that is what it is. And what are the things? And technology will come, technology will go. There'll be always new things will come up. So always the passion and purpose has to go hand in hand. Your work ethics, your what I call it is there's a proper word which I always keep forgetting. Fostering a sense of purpose, actually, inside you, or working with the people. But what motivates really me is that you put your stakeholders, customers, and employees in a glass cube, and then tell them, okay, how Devendra has performed so well. I mean, or is it done some opportunities? And if they agree that, okay, this has what all said and done, he has added value to this table in terms of their satisfaction, in terms of their purpose. Stakeholder wants money, they want profit. Customer wants service, satisfaction. Employee wants empowerment. If they are all happy, I think that motivates me. If you want me to say the what. And I strive to make sure that I get motivated every Monday to make this three people who we are working for. And at the end of the day, when you go home, your family should welcome you at least with a smile and a glass of water. If you don't get that, that means that they are not motivated enough, and you have not motivated them. so, so I hope the motivation is both ways.
Rightly said, Mr. Devendra. Okay, so my next is a pretty straight one, simple one.
Yeah.
What is your success mantra?
Okay, success mantra. I think it's as I said earlier, that it's your passion and purpose of life. Basically, I mean, I keep it very simple. I ask myself a question. Basically, is that how I'm going to be a better leader, if not great leader than yesterday. And have I become a great or a good leader than yesterday? I think that's my success mantra. Every time I keep questioning myself, and continuous improvement is my success mantra. Other than, of course, people, passion, purpose, which are the combination or ingredients to that. Everybody has a different success mantra for them, but this is what I think has helped me a lot to keep me both as a personal level and the professional excellence level to be grounded and have a sense of gratitude.
Absolutely. Building on that, we would like to know that you have earned various awards and accolades. So which of them has been the most rewarding for you, and why?
Yeah, I think there have been a lot of awards, basically, especially before 2014-15. I think before that, the whole Mumbai rain happened. There are a lot of and I was a very young, what do you call a professional, IT professional. And then there used to be in Mumbai and surrounding areas, and my travel to US or UK or European countries, we used to attend a lot of seminars, webinars, and then this award-winning, what you call parties. And then as a professional, I got a lot of awards in that sense, in terms of best technologist or CIO top 100, magazine award. There used to be a lot of all those awards. But I think what is close to me is IT Corp Award, which I got from my one of the founder members of our organization, as a big telecom giant, basically. And then there was a handwritten note from our chairman from JP Morgan Chase, where he has to work, which was very precious to me, where he has mentioned everything about not about the technology, but as a people aspect or the emotions aspect of it, that how we have connected together to set up a first offshore development center for JP Morgan Chase in India and Mumbai. And I was part of that team, a core leadership team, where we contributed a lot, where making sure that there is a job opportunity is created in India for a lot of people at that point of a time. And I remember the aviation industry was going through a turmoil. A lot of people were having a good English communication skills, but didn't know what to do with their careers. There's a plenty of opportunity open because of the call centers and the KPOs and BPOs at that point of a time, I think. And now I see that they are happily placed. Their children are happily placed in America, Europe countries. And then that is what he's mentioned, that you don't know, Devendra, what it is going to impact the lives of the people. I think it's a wonderful award, I think, emotionally and sentimentally also it's very close to my heart. Materialistic value, it doesn't have anything, but emotionally, I think it's fully loaded.
Amazing, amazing. So moving ahead, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
I mean, this is a very tricky question, actually. You know what? Because, and especially to ask the Indians, basically, we know what, Sunny, we are actually a country where we kind of nurture nature, and we kind of see a God in everything, in the nature, basically. So for us, comes easy, especially our grannies, grandfathers have already told us that take care of your environment and environment will take care of you. Okay. But now as a professional, actually, then since you have asked me the question, what values do I bring? I think ESG has been a very demanding and focused topic for a lot of organizations. And as a part of the senior leadership team here, we have certain goals and responsibilities which has been assigned by us so that we can focus on our work. At the same time, we have some guiding principles to make some decision making, which will impact socio-economic sector of the, not only for our country or a state, but for globally, as a global economy as well. So there are certain challenges which we face. And since we are from the service industry, what we do is that we make sure we calculate our green emission, basically what's the carbon emission is there. Since we are part of the service industry, I would say our scope 3 has a great significant over scope 1 or scope 2 emissions in greenhouse. So I help facilitate team members to calculate the carbon credit emission, basically by working with the vendors, partners, making sure that we keep it at the level where it is permissible or it is acceptable, from that sense. From diversity or equality or inclusion, we have a data governance policy procedures which are actually help organization grow. Risk management is another factor which we kind of cover as a part of my responsibilities. Work with the regulatory compliance departments to make sure that we are each country has their own regulations. We adhere to them. We kind of make sure that the customer satisfaction levels are at the peak where we want it to be. User experience is good in terms of what we do. We fund some of the institutes or the organizations which helps and works for the poor people, to, like Akshay Patra is one of them, which we contribute a lot. And I actively involved into all those activities as a part of the senior leadership team. So if I have to put it in the different way, I'll put that my contribution or value on the table is faster, cheaper, and secure, and continuous improvement to the ESG is what I feel. It's a long way to go, but I think we'll be there. I think we are a nation which is growing, and everybody has this what I call is a focus commitment towards those areas. I think and my value proposition on the table definitely comes from, as I said, as a background that we all are being trained from the kids when we kids that we are responsible citizens, and globally we are Vasudevam Kutumbam. That's what we call it. So it comes naturally. So hope that answers your question, because it's very emotional topic. It's some people don't understand this, but when you walk on the grass or when you see the sunlight and when you see what is there, it's so beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great. So my next one is from your domain, the technology sector. And since technology is an integral part of our lifestyles now, so as someone working closely with technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes we have seen in your industry with the change in technology? And what changes do you foresee with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, etc.?
I think it's very I think it's a scary and same time exciting. for a lot of reasons. And what technologies I have seen, huge rooms basically, which we used to call as a server. The size was like and the data centers I have seen, which was size of the football ground, the 10 times football ground. And we have seen the hard disk, which people used to carry, 4 or 5 people used to carry, to a technology which is now a smartphone. You don't know, terabytes just goes for a toss once you go on some expedition here and there. Your memory is very, what you say, profound in terms of your own experience as well as the technology what has been provided. So from that perspective, I think it has impacted a lot to the users, especially the healthcare technology. I think I'm very satisfied, or I say that I'm humbly gratifying experience that healthcare technology has helped a lot of people. The surgeries are very easy, and they are helping a lot of people, in terms of what we can do. User experience has been good. People have got a lot of time and energy in hand. It's a other matter that they spend a lot of time now on Insta on making reels, but I hope they will use the technology for a good purpose, which is what the healthcare unit has done. So that is what I see, that technology can do wonders if it is in the right hand and used for a right purpose. But automation, AI, the Google, basically, who's the father of the AI, has what he has told. I need not elaborate on that, but it's going to create a lot of challenges for a lot of people. Knowledge workers are going to get impacted because of that. I think it has some opportunities areas in supply chains, procurement, the industry which we belong to. There's a tremendous opportunity in terms of $1 trillion of revenue savings we can see through these new technologies, blockchain, automation, or augmented reality, what we say. So I'm very confident, and then I actually have a confidence on the human consciousness that they will use these technologies, which are ever changing and dynamic, for a human experience as well as a wellness purpose. I think that's what I see. Otherwise, how the destructive technologies can be. They can create a lot of havoc in terms of psychological pressure. A lot of people are going through that, the too much of use of technology also. And sometimes I feel that being part of this community, I'm somewhere responsible to this downfall. But again, when I see the healthcare units or some of the ease of businesses which I've seen, the new startup, the organizations which have come up, that has really helped a lot of young minds to use the technology in the right hand and right purpose. It's what my assessment of the technology, where it is going and how it will impact in future.
That was so insightful of you.
Thanks. I hope I could summarize what I felt about this question.
You did, sir. And it was really very insightful, all the pros and cons of the technology part. Okay, so moving ahead, we are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of WDC?
I think, see, I'll tell you, I mean, I was really very happy with the pleasantly surprised, in fact, when I interacted. I was not sure when I interacted with Zishan or Mehta or WT team that this is all about. Because it's always that in a professional career, that you think always that you know everything, right? And then that you're connected, well connected. You don't need anybody's help or support, But at times you need some coach, mentor, guide to help you around, And I think both these gentlemen have identified these both ends, and they're bringing those both ends together. So one end where you have a talented pool, skilled pool, professionals, experienced people who know how this can be done. And there is another end where organizations, stalwarts who got the money, the resources at hand, wants to know what needs to be done, So bringing them together, marrying them to each other is a fantastic network platform, which I think they have done. Knowledge sharing is important, but at the same time, utilizing it for the larger interest or purpose, let's say organization excellence or a global organization, making sure that it's professionally driven. You have a board of agreement, basically, where the like-minded people are coming in. It's a fantastic for professionals like me, and it's an opportunity for us to be interacting with those which are we can't think about all these things on our own. which is what I think you guys are doing. So I think my heartfelt gratitude for that. Thank you so much for doing that. And I think together we can do some wonders for a global economy so that the world is happy and peaceful.
Definitely, why not? Mr. Devendra, your expertise and passion for this subject matter were evident throughout the interview. And I'm quite confident that this fantastic conversation will inspire many future leaders. Thank you so much, Mr. Devendra, for joining us today. Wishing you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you so much, Sunny. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Bye.